to us humans, dogs have an asymmetrical brain. The right cerebral hemisphere processes activities associated with intense emotions, whilst the left hemisphere categorizes and responds to stimuli that have been consistently repeated. Cincinnati, Kurata, and Rogers 2008 investigates the lateralization of the domestic dog in association with behavioral response to acoustic stimuli. The aim of this study was to determine the correlation between the lateralization of dogs' head-turning response to acoustic stimuli and paw preferences. It was hypothesized that the activation of the right hemispheric specialization would subsequently cause a latency to resume normal behavior such as feeding due to the intense emotions caused by the stimuli. Dogs' bark can be divided into subtypes of disturbance, isolation, and play calls. These calls were used as well as the sounds of thunderstorms as the stimuli. A video recording device was placed 6 meters in front of the dog with speakers projecting the stimuli on 2.5 meters on either side of the feeding bowl. The first experiment conducted investigated the head-orienting response to species-specific acoustic stimuli. A laterality index was calculated for each stimulus using this formula, where L and R signify the number of left and right head-orienting responses. A score of 1 represents exclusive left head turning and -1 exclusive head turning to the right. If you refer to the graph, the head-orienting response to thunderstorm sounds stimulated the dogs to almost exclusively turn their head to the left, whilst the species-specific barking calls all generated similar responses and head turning to the right. The latency to resume feeding was also recorded in order to prove the hypothesis. It was recorded that the thunderstorm stimuli was caused right hemispherical specialization, hence the body's left-sided response. This was found to have caused the subjects an increased latency to resume feeding in comparison to other stimulus as indicated from the large difference in the graph. However, on occasion where subjects responded to the left when presented with species-specific calling, a latency to resume feeding was also recorded higher than those who turned to the right. As per the first experiment, the second experiment applied the same recording and graphing principles to present the data. This evidence indicates that not all conspecific stimuli are processed by the left hemisphere. As seen in the graph, the play and isolation call stimulates the majority of right paw preference, with the dogs were observed handling a comp. From the distribution of data, it is perceived that no association between head orienting and paw preference was found. Overall, dogs mainly process their species-typical vocalization using the left hemisphere of their brain, and the right hemisphere is used when stimuli elicit intense emotions such as that of a thunderstorm.